We have experienced quite a number of cattle deaths, and mostly due to three causes: anthrax, foot and mouth disease, and theileriosis. Anthrax is a soil-borne disease, and there isn't much we can do. It's very difficult to identify where it is so that we can carry out decontamination exercise. So the only way around the problem is to vaccinate livestock in those areas where it will have been identified. And that's exactly what we are doing, hence the statistics of the vaccinations which have been carried out so far. And as for foot and mouth disease, this is a disease which is normally spread by buffaloes. They are the carriers of the disease. And once they get in contact with the livestock, in particular cattle, they easily spread that disease. And the best way of controlling the foot and mouth disease is by erecting fences so as to separate farming areas and the national parks areas. We can also carry out vaccinations once there's been an outbreak in an area, and we have been doing exactly that. Then the last one is theileriosis, which has accounted for most of the deaths. This is a tick-borne disease, of which the ticks the type of tick which causes theileriosis is prevalent during the rain season, especially during the months of December to March. Hence, farmers are expected to dip their cattle frequently, and we are looking at about once every week so as to eliminate the ticks. We have recently managed to develop a vaccine against the theileriosis, and we are using it in those affected areas. As for the exact statistics of the numbers involved and where the deaths occurred or infections occurred, you can come to the ministry who will give you the details. But let me also talk about what has been coming out on social media, whereby someone was broadcasting that some infected cattle were being slaughtered in Mondoro and sold to butcheries in towns. We have 2 to 3 extension workers in every ward, and no report has been received from those extension workers to that effect, especially from Mondoro. And that now casts doubt on the authenticity and the reliability of the reports. Nevertheless, we have taken heed of those reports, and given that the Veterinary Services Department is charged with the inspection of meat during slaughter processes, we have issued out an instruction to the effect that no cattle from disease affected areas should be sold for slaughter, or livestock of any sort. That's a control measure. So actually livestock can be accessed from other regions which are free from the disease. And whenever slaughter takes place, we have got meat inspectors at the abattoirs. Whatever is found to be unsuitable for human consumption is destroyed on the spot, there and then. And once the meat leaves the abattoirs, it becomes the responsibility of Ministry of Health. They are then charged with moving around, inspecting meat in the shops. After receiving this report, we had a coordinating meeting with Ministry of Health, and we've agreed to form joint teams which are now inspecting meat in all the shops so that we can identify if the allegation is anything to go by. So far, nothing has been discovered which supports those allegations. And I would like to request any of our citizens who might have information on where this practice is taking place, that is of slaughtering infected animals or sick animals, to communicate that to the authorities. And in doing so, they have to be very specific in terms of time and the place. Not saying it's happening in Mondoro, is it in the Mbaira area, Chirundazi area, Mashaya Mombe area, where exactly Mondoro is too large an area. So that's an appeal which we are making to our citizens. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister Perence Shiri. I think you really went.
Takagamuchira maripoti emombe dzakati dzakafa. Zvikonzero zviri kunyanya kuuraya mombe zvitatu. Kune anthrax, kune foot and mouth disease, kune theileriosis kana kuti January disease. Anthrax chirwere chinowanikwa muvhu. Panenge pachifura mombe paya ndo padzinonotora chirwere chacho. Chinonetsa kudzivirira nekuti tinyasoziya pachiri hazvizi nyore, tinotozongoona mombe dzakurwara. Kana zvaitika izvozvo, tinoenda tonobaya nhomba mombe dziri munharaunda imomo kuti chisapararire chirwere ichocho. Dzinenge dzatowanikwa dzakurwara dzinoparadzwa kuitira zvakare kire kuvanhu anozi mazoonotic diseases ndo akaita sana anthrax, kuti chirwere chinobata mombe nevanhu panguva imwe chete. Chechipiri ndo yandati foot and mouth disease. Chirwere ichi chinotakurwa nenyati, ndo dzinoti dzikasangana nemombe dzotapurira chirwere ichocho kumombe. Saka nzira yekudzivirira chirwere ichi kuisa mafenzi kana kuti waya dzinopatsanura nzvimbo dzinogara mhuka dzemusango nekunochengetwa zvipfuyo. Izvi tiri kuzviita munzvimbo dzakasiyana siyana munyika. Kasi kwachinenge chaonekwa chirwere ichocho chasvika chefoot and mouth disease, tinoenda tonoparadza mombe dziya dzinenge dzawanikwa dzaane utachiona hwacho kuti dzisatapurire dzimwe mombe. Uyezve tobva tabaya mombe nhomba munharaunda yacho, tingangoti muwadhi iyoyo nemawadhi akatenderedza, kuitira kuti chisatekeshere chirwere ichocho. Chechitatu ndo yandati inonzi theileriosis kana kuti January disease. Chirwere ichi chinokonzerwa nezvikwekwe kana kuti zvishambwe. Zviripo zviya zvakaita zvebrown, tunenge tukwati tushambwe twacho, ndo tunotakura chirwere chetheileriosis. Chirwere ichi chinonyanyowanikwa mumwedzi yaDisemba kusvika mwedzi waMachi. Pakunenge kuchinaya mvura ndo pazvinowanda zvikwekwe izvozvo. Kuzvidzivirira, vanochengeta zvipfuyo kunyanya mombe vanofanira kunge vachidhibhisa kamwe chete pasvondo yega yega, vasingasvetuke imwe svondo, ndokuti mombe dzavo dzichengeteke. iye zvino takagadzira mushonga wenhomba wekudzivirira chirwere cheteliosis. Saka kwatangonzwa kwachaita tinobva taenda tonobaya mombe munharaunda yemomo futi nhomba kuitira kuti chisarambe chichitekeshera, uyezve tokurudzira varimi kuti vadhibhise mombe, nekuti kana mombe yadhibha chikwekwe chikanoruma chinobva chafa. Ndo maparadziro atinozviita zvikwekwe izvozvo.
Mazvita Minister Matorangu.
Thank you very much. We have just had our initial crop and livestock assessment completed. While what remains is the consolidation of the information so that we submit it to Cabinet. Thereafter, it will be made public. I say initial assessment, which suggests that we haven't reached the end of the season and there are still a lot of activity taking place on the land. As you appreciate, we had a false start to the season, which was characterized by interrupted dry spells. And for those who planted early with the first rains, a lot of them lost their crop, especially those who didn't have the irrigation facilities due to the dry and hot conditions we experienced during the months of November and December. However, there was some improvement in most parts of the country as from January up to about the end of February. I believe we still need some rains. I don't want to preempt the crop assessment report, but from the little I know about what is happening on the land is some maize still has to reach the tasseling stage. Some has just reached the tasseling stage, suggesting it still needs rain. And if the rain were to tail off now, then definitely we'll have quite a number of challenges. I would like to reiterate the call I made earlier on in the season, advising farmers to put part of their land under traditional grains. Any farmer who heed that proposal must be smiling by now, given that traditional grains require a much shorter season and they are very drought tolerant. So those who had ears are definitely going to smile all the way to the bank. The second question was on land audit report, and the journalist wanted to know as to when it was going to be ready. The report is actually on my table as
Minister,
we speak.
That is from Mugari of Herald. I thought we'd come back to that if we can go by the... Oh, you wanted to tackle it one time?
It's up to you, Chairperson.
I was thinking we can just go through as they were questioning them.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In the past, we have been criticized as Minister of Agriculture on allegations of practicing favoritism when it comes to allocation of equipment. This time around, we decided to involve Agribank. And once the equipment arrives, it's assembled, we hand it over to Agribank. And we are still to agree with them on the interest rates. But let me assure you that the interest rate shall be affordable, very, very reasonable indeed. And as for the repayment time frame, that will be from 3 to 5 years, depending on whether the farmer pays a deposit and the amount of the value of the deposit. On eligibility, all farmers shall be eligible to access the equipment. The bank is going to exercise due diligence and determine who qualifies out of all the applicants. The good thing is, as ministry, we are going to keep complete hands off. So if there are to be any complaints about the allocation, those should be directed to the bank. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ministers. I really want to thank my colleague ministers